Cool. Well, thank you guys again for joining me. Yeah, this is just a fun new idea that I had. We'll just see where it goes. We can stick to a topic and just, go from there. Right now, I just wanted to start with just the general, chaos that's happening in the world. There's a word that I learned yesterday or the day before, actually, that was quite summing it up beautifully, and it's called the quickening, right? There's a quickening happening on all levels. I like the term great awakening. That's kind of a more broad statement for everybody, but this quickening is happening right now, and it's just exciting. There's so much coming to the surface on all levels, and there's a lot of people that are suffering, and it's obvious which team people are on right now, and we just need to promote the light and the positivity more than ever. So I just wanted to start with some changes that maybe you have experienced, or anything that you wanted to share as far as what's going on in your life, so we can kind of broaden that, because I'm sure other people are experiencing changes as well.
Okay. Well, one of the changes that I've been noticing is how people would act a certain way around you, and it's like my family and my friends, like, they pretty much like treat me differently because of me being into spirituality and really just want to better myself. And they treat me, I don't want to say bad, more of like, can't explain it, but like now after this, like, this chaos is happening right now, they're waking up, they're talking about chakras. They're like, I'm literally watching my mother literally using coconut oil and no Dr. Johnson. So I'm just like, whatever's going on, I like it, keep going. But yes, like, I definitely do agree, like, actually, well, not agree, but I actually do love this chaos. I'm not even gonna lie. Even though there's a lot of people that are suffering, which is ass, excuse my language, but at the same time, we can't ignore the positive changes that are happening. So it's like, I don't know how to really truly express whether should I worry about the people that are suffering, or should I focus on the positive changes that are happening in the world right now. And I know I'm not the only one that's thinking like that, because we all don't want to offend nobody, but at the same time, we can't ignore spiritual bypass.
Yes. Exactly. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. Oh my gosh. So many. Yes. It's beautiful to hear that testament, because I'm experiencing the same thing myself, and there's layers. I've been through this before. The difference between what's happening right now and before, though, I feel like it's happening on a much greater level as far as just the mainstream. We've infiltrated the mainstream on such a deeper level than ever before, and that's just exciting. And I agree with you. I like the chaos because I'm not afraid of change. And I think a lot of people right now that are suffering, you have to remember that's their own creation, because the resistance, right? If you're resisting to that change, that's what suffering is. That's where the pain and everything comes from. But if you just let go, surrender, let all this just come through you, this beautiful energy come through you, then there's really nothing that is happening as far as suffering. It's quite the opposite. It's about a joyful, blissful experience. So I see it on all levels, though. So thank you again for your testament, because I agree. My family as well, shifting as well, asking me questions they haven't asked before. Certain people coming online to the light side of life finally, and asking me things that I was into years ago. Yeah, there's so much happening, and I'm happy just to be there for them.
Exactly. And it's like years and years. It's like, I had to deal with your bullshit, and now you guys are coming to me. Low key, like, it's like, yes.
It's true, and that's what we have to do. I'm getting a lot about that, and we have to just anchor in that new vibration right now, so those people can come with us. That's what this is all about. And people that have been researching for long enough, people that knew about everything behind the scenes, all of that's coming to the surface, and it's just exciting. So be there for your family, for sure. For your friends and your family. The people that maybe forgot about you 10 years ago are going to start calling you again, and people are going to start asking you questions, because they know that you have the answers. That is not what's on the news. Right? Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. Joseph, did you have anything to share, brother?
Yes, what I wanted to mention, especially during this time, so I had a friend I grew up with since childhood, and I was known as, the odd one out because I was into spirituality, changing my diet, and eliminating things that didn't really serve me. And my friend, he's been through it all. I've always stayed in touch with him, but it was never the way it used to be. It wasn't like good old Joe from back in the day that drinks at 2 o'clock in the morning, going to get McDonald's, and the
Oh yeah.
whole the whole lower consciousness type of life. So anyway, during this pandemic, during this whole awakening, the kid sits with himself, in quarantine, like I guess we all are, and all of a sudden the kid wakes up and this whole big thing. The first person he called was me, and he goes, "Yo, listen, you're not crazy. I was asleep, man." Like, and he understood, and the crazy part is that it wasn't just a concept to him. It wasn't just a theory.
Yes.
It was emotions, and it was an experience for him.
Yes.
And that's how I knew that I don't know, his emotions dug all his suppressed energy and suppressed emotions. They all came to the surface. And then he starts talking to me about coming in alignment with the higher self, and
Yes.
trusting the vibes of the universe. I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't. And this is a kid who was doing drugs and drinking and alcohol, and it's just it was
It's
magic.
shocking.
Never in a million years would I ever like have thought this. And I wanted to share it because it's possible for anybody to wake up. Anybody.
Yes, yes, beautiful. Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing. Yes, I same ditto, same thing in my life. Multiple people, multiple things, and it's just funny wherever they're at. No judgment. We're here to love, and there's a lot of people coming on board right now because they're tired of the bull. Pucky. They're tired of all the crap in their life. We're all suffering. There's a collective energy right now that people are tapping into finally, and it's happening. It's great. And when you start, accepting it and quit questioning all those little things, then these little light bulbs start coming on board. Ding, 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 ding. And it's just amazing. I know I've seen the same thing happen, and I'm just so happy because, for those of us that have been in it for a while, it kind of validates your life, right? It kind of validates all of those times that we were struggling or depressed or, you know, exactly all of that darkness that we had to go through. Yes, this is it. And yes, 100%. And thank you for acknowledging that because the breakthrough doesn't have to come from within yourself, right? This is a reflection. See, this is what I want people to start understanding because if you're in that, reactivity victim mentality right now, you can be that one to have the breakthrough based on your family or your friends or, through a genuine experience through other people. It doesn't have to come from your personal realization, right? I think that's the major difference between the old ways is we're waking up individually and then we all have to wake up in this collective energy to come on board. Otherwise it's meaningless. You can do it by yourself, but what does that mean compared to sharing it, right? And having all of us wake up together. That's what this is all about.
I think one of the many perks that I've noticed and low key, like I'm like seriously like ooh, like I'm so happy is the fact that like I identify myself as a shadow worker and I see a lot of light workers are and they're resisting and I see it when it comes to shadow work.
Yes.
We need to do the shadow work.
Yes.
I know light workers, you hate it, but you know what? If you don't do the shadow work, how the
Yeah.
hell are you going to expect your light to be stronger? Because the stronger the light, the stronger the shadow. So why not just work together as one? I mean, we're already one to begin with.
Beautiful. Yes, I agree 100%. And I see a lot of that. And this is where it kind of tones into the spiritual bypassing, right? A lot of people, oh, I'm a light worker. I'm too high vibe for this or whatever. This is not about sitting on the sidelines. And I know a lot of those people are experiencing that, their own darkness. They're just pushing it farther and farther away. And we can all confess to that level. It's just now's not the time for that, right? Now is the time to bring all that stuff out. I mean, look what's going on in the streets. Look what's going on outside. Look at the economy. Look at anything. You know what I mean? Why you don't need to put your belief into any of that stuff. You really just need to take the time for yourself, whatever that means. Take the long bath, go chill in nature, whatever you need to do to just let that happen because, your higher self, these energies, your guides are waiting for that moment. All this stuff is just those skeletons are sitting there. They got to come out, the more
now, like, as we're healing ourselves, we're also healing each other. So it's like
Yes.
now every little thing that we do is going to affect the collective. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of scared me because I'm seeing a lot more synchronicities as well, angel
Yes.
numbers. If we're just thinking
Yes.
of something instantaneously, it just
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
manifests.
Yes.
So it's like we really need to also be careful
Yes.
of what we do,
Yeah.
because now we really have, like, you have my back, I have yours, and it's the real.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I like that word in the beginning, the quickening. Like everything's, sped up like tenfold, and including that shadow work, right? Including those things that you're hiding behind the surface. They're going to come to the surface even faster, than before. And we have to expose all of that. And again, the more you can just embrace it and let go of the resistance, that's really where all of this comes from. And I've seen it happen on many levels, both incremental, just small incremental levels, and then these bigger expansion on the collective level. And it's beautiful just to watch it all happen. And just, we are at this moment right now. We are so close to a full paradigm shift, and everybody is experiencing that together. And some people are anchoring it in. Some people are asking questions still. Some people are just holding the truth, holding it down for everybody else. It's really fun to see all of us come together and be that mirror and be the change that we want to see right now.
Word, blessed be to that.
Yes, blessings. Looks like Melina, you joined in. Did you want to say anything? Chime in real quick.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Excuse my English before I start to talk because I'm not really good, but I think it will be more like a question.
Okay.
And I'll try to explain it through my story, and I think many people can relate. Since I was a little child, I was always spiritual. But the thing is that I grew up with my parents, my sister, everyone around me were very, I don't know, conservative. I don't know how to say it. They were kind of, how to say, putting out that fire that I had, like the spiritual beliefs and all that stuff. And now it's kind of, for some reason, coming back. And because for a period in my life, I just threw it away. Like I threw this spiritual thing away because I was ashamed, because every time I would say it, I would be like, they would laugh about me, and I would be judged and so on. And now it's coming back.
Yes.
But the trauma of not being listened to, of not being understood, of being laughed at, like it's kind of still holding me back from, going that way.
Yes.
And I would like to say, what is your advice? Because I think many people go through this.
Yes, big time, big time. So this awakening is real, and our parents or anybody really that's coming from a place of fear, they are going to bring you down to their level of consciousness, so simply to make themselves more comfortable. All right. And it's so important to not, dim our light for anybody. That's the simple thing here. That's the mantra, to put that as a visualization into your mind's eye, because those people are simply wanting, a piece of the pie, and they see you, and instead of helping you, they bring you down just again so they can be more comfortable. So first off, you have to recognize that, the forgiveness needs to happen for yourself. There's nothing wrong that you did. There's nothing wrong that they did. It's just something that happened to help you wake up. And those people, it's a choice, right? You all have free will. So when you made that choice to dim your light because of what your parents said, or your family, or your friends, or whoever, that's your choice. And then there's karma involved. There's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, 10 years later, 5 years later, you're experiencing the slingshot effect of that, the other side of that. And now's your chance again to clear it out this time, meaning you can shine up, shine your light as bright as you possibly can, and you'll get a third chakra upgrade through that experience, or you will dim your light again and you'll go lower in that vibration. And then before you know it, the universe is going to give you another opportunity to upgrade once again, So there's no judgment here. There's no judgment. The universe always gives you what you want. So you have to remember that this is happening on many dimensions, meaning on the third dimension, right, it's coming from duality, from a place of fear and love. On the fifth dimension, it's recognizing that it's all unconditional love, all perfect. Everything that's happening within your family and friends, it's all perfect. Again, it's free will. So if you don't make that choice, then it's just going to step in. The higher energy is going to step in, which is, your friends or family, whoever's going to be that person that's interjecting. So all you have to do, again, is hold that space, because the universe and your higher self wants you to upgrade 24/7. From their perspective, from the cosmic view, they're waiting for you to upgrade. They want you to go through with this process. It's just you, the lower self, the ego, that has to, fit in here, has to really let go of whatever attachment you have that's keeping you from doing that practice. And there's just a lot of distractions in our life, basically, that are keeping us from doing that work. So you really have to go deep within and shed all of those distractions in your life, so you can take the time to look at this, and it will just simply come to you in your meditation, or when you really quiet the mind, it'll come to the surface and give you that opportunity to balance out the karma once again. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yes, and it's going to happen again too. I just want to let you know, it's many layers to this. It's not like a one-time fix it, solution, because there's been many actions throughout childhood, throughout our youth, especially, where, again, we were such bright souls, such bright lights, and other people just wanted to dim that light so they can be comfortable. And that created a chain reaction through our timelines and the karma that we have to then take action on later on in life. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful process. You just have to remember to have that faith, have that courage, and trust the process in itself, and it will come online, I guarantee you. All you can do is focus on that letting go process, because the more you get your lower self and the ego out of the way and just let that divine energy come through, the easier this process will be. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, it's great, because I love doing this. I love this spontaneous thing we're doing, because it really just tells me where the energy is at as a collective, and that is definitely the majority of what I've been getting on my questions and my DMs and emails and whatnot, is people through this great awakening and the experience that we're having right now. There's been a lot of backlash, right? Like I said, there's positive people, there's negative people, and those negative people are just going to tackle the positive people every time. They are simply so uncomfortable with change. They are not willing to let go of the old self. And they see someone like yourself vibing high, loving life, and they're like, man, I just can't handle that. So they're going to push you down. And the hardest part, real quick, I just want to say the hardest part is with the family. So what I'm doing right now with my words is giving all of you people listening, watching, permission to practice non-attachment, which is true unconditional love, and loving them where they're at, no matter where they're at, no matter what they eat, no matter what they do. You're just simply loving them. And that, again, will clear out the karma right there, because you're not getting into that third dimensional dualistic victim, no, I did it, she did it, type of mentality. You are just loving everybody no matter what.
So would you say, should I be helping my family to, I don't know, reach that point, or is it totally for them to figure out?
It's totally for them to figure out. When they come to you and ask you, that's when you help. Yes. Until then, you keep focusing on yourself, because you're being the mirror. The more you upgrade your consciousness and the more you become a brighter soul, that rubs off on them. They will experience that as well. Here we go. So the real solution is to be in the present moment. That is really the only thing that we can do. And the real answer is meditation, right? How do you do that? Meditation. So the more you can meditate, the more you can anchor in that divine energy. That's really the solution here. It's not bad to get caught in anxiety or get caught in depression. The simple answer is, when you meditate, you can get into that witness mode or the observer mode. And when you do that, you catch yourself. You're like, oh man, I'm getting really frustrated right now for no reason. And you take a deep breath and come back. So the real answer is, the more you become that meditator, the more conscious you become, so you can catch yourself in that moment of anxiety or that moment of depression. So it's about loving yourself unconditionally when it happens, and saying, you know what, I'm in this depression, I'm really mad and upset and sad about this thing, and you take a step back and you understand that cosmic view, all the puzzle pieces come together, and then you have the clarity that you need to get out of your emotional reactivity and jump back into that prefrontal cortex and the real human self in the frontal lobes, and be the human again. So it's about unconditional love and just having that space in your breath and the meditation to catch yourself when you get into that space. So it's going to happen. With meditation, people think, you control your thoughts all the time and you're just blissful and loving 24/7. It's really not like that at all. It's actually quite the opposite. You are going through the roller coaster. You're just not really attached to the outcome. You are fixated in that observer mode, and you're just witnessing life, and you're accepting what is rather than getting caught in the things that are or aren't there. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I get it too. I get caught in it all the time, and there's waves, ebb and flows of these emotions. So circling back to the practice, that's really what this is all about. It's a daily practice. If you have a human body, you are still, doing the necessary work that is needed right here on the planet. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here at all. Yeah. Well, awesome, guys. This has been really great. I'm going to just wrap this up. Thank you for taking the time, Melina and Joseph, everybody. Thanks. Yes, thank you. This was very successful. I'm going to do it again. So yeah, just thank you again for being here. This was really fun, and we'll record another one soon. I love just the energy that you guys bring, because, like I said, I know what's going on in the collective. I'm really good at reading energy, and there's definitely a great awakening happening right now, and we need to shine that light, baby. We need to shine right now more than ever.
Can't hide anymore. No more hiding.
No more. Yep.
That's what we're doing, baby. And thank you all for doing it. Thank you, Joseph and Melina, everybody. Thank you for being the change. And thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
All of you. Shoot. We rock. We are one.
That's right, baby. All right, guys. Blessings. Namaste.
Here.
Take care. Thank you.